you are listening to
The WrestleGeddon Podcast.
the WrestleGeddon Podcast.
What's up, wrestling fans? It is another Friday night, and of course, you know what that means. It is time for the WrestleGeddon Podcast. Of course, I'm one of your hosts, Chris the Heat Matthews, and he's the Tennessee Jesus, Carl Crossland. Carl, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just enjoying North Carolina. Got to drive all over the place today.
Oh, I remember those days. North Carolina, Virginia. I think they tried to make me go to Alabama, too, at one point.
Yeah.
Sir.
No, I might get sent to Orlando or Georgia so I can knock on some wood.
Ugh. Take your family with you, vacation.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
can
wish.
vacation while you work. Oh, awesome stuff. So, you ready? Some returns this week. Talk about that.
A lot of returns.
A lot of returns. Some injuries. It's been a fun week this week. Awesome stuff. But we're going to kick it off here like we always do. And that's with the Randall Band. And right. And the Randall Band this week, Mike Dimes. Mike Dimes, who I've never listened to before this week. Not even
All
once.
right. Yeah. Not even once.
Not even once. Never even heard of him before this week. Oh, man, awesome. So, what track did you go with?
I decided to go with Gigolo.
Okay. Trying to remember if that one came up. Not 100% sure. But,
If it did, you probably would have chosen it. So I'm gonna say you probably didn't hear.
I went with 247.
247.
247.
That's actually pretty good.
I like the beat, like the opening, like the intro beat, and then like
Yeah.
the overall beat of the song. Even though it's
Yeah,
like
it's
the
definitely
same,
not good.
the
Yeah.
lyrics are the same thing over and over again for the entire song, but the beat was good. Awesome stuff. So there we go. Mike Dimes.
Like you
I-
might die.
Not really that big of a fan after that. So to each his own. All right. So we are going to do a little change up here with the Randall Band entrance theme. We're instead of doing just a band, we're going to randomize an album, and then we'll have to pick a track off that album to use as our entrance theme.
Yep.
All right.
All
so
right.
what's the first one?
The first album we're kicking it off with, which we might want to start a list now. So we don't get any dupes. We're going to be doing Night Visions Deluxe. So the randomizer did say the deluxe edition. So
Okay.
Imagine Dragons, Night Visions Deluxe edition.
Awesome. I know we've had Imagine Dragons before for our Random Band. Which the cool thing about this is we can do multiple. We can do multiple. Do a band multiple times. It'll just be a different album. So it kind of gives us a little bit more to play with too.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So we'll listen to Night Visions Deluxe by Imagine Dragons, and we will pick a track off of there to use as an entrance theme next week. Good stuff. Looking forward to it. I'm sure I've probably heard the album front to back because my kids are fans of Imagine Dragons.
So is my son. He's a huge fan. I think mainly because somebody did like some Five Nights at Freddy's like videos over the songs,
Yeah,
and yeah,
I think that's where they got it from too. It's I think they use them a lot in Minecraft. Some of those Minecraft videos.
yeah.
Oh, that's where they picked it up from. But awesome stuff. All right. So there's that. I'll top over to the ring for some instant replay action. Bump the shelf a little too hard. All right, instant replay. If you're new to the show, this is where we pretty much just run down the week in wrestling with news, weekly shows, stuff like that. Give our thoughts and opinions on all that good stuff. But I do have some news to kick it off with here. We're going to kick it off with this one. AEW and Jon Moxley being sued by a former crew member for negligence.
Yeah.
Civil assault and battery.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Pushed him down when he was the cameraman.
Yeah. So it's from an episode of Dynamite. There's a cage match between Moxley and Kenny Omega. I've seen the clip like numerous times. Guy was just there on the outside of the ring doing his job, and Mox just pushes him for no reason. And apparently that wasn't part of the planning for the match at all, or part of the script. So he said that Moxley shoved him while grabbing a screwdriver, which is not part of the planned choreography, resulting in serious injuries. The shove caused severe neck and shoulder injuries requiring cervical fusion and shoulder surgeries. Jesus, I can't talk tonight. So he was worked for AEW since 2019 as part of their production team. So up until I think it's 2024. So up until last year. So, with all the surgeries, he probably couldn't do his job anymore.
Yeah. I mean, if he got injured like at work, I mean they should pay for it.
They should definitely.
The dude on Moxley like himself, it's kind of a little bit of a gray area, I guess. There's been plenty of times wrestlers like shove cameras and stuff, so maybe it was kind of like improvisation or something. Don't know like if he like intentionally meant to, assault him. But he definitely did injure him, and I think AEW, the corporation, should at least cover the injuries to get injured at work. The Moxley situation a little bit different, but I mean, if he pushed him and he didn't know he was going to get pushed, I mean, he did the crime. So definitely maybe some reimbursement there too.
Yeah, Rikishi had said something about this on his podcast, and he basically said, "What the hell were you doing at ringside if you weren't running a camera? Like, what are you producing at ringside?" And then Rikishi said he would have acted in the same manner So obviously the guy knew what the business is. He knows what the wrestlers do in and out of the ring. And if you see us coming, damn it, you better have your eyes and head on the swivel and move the hell out of the way. Otherwise, there might have been a spot or something that was going on because he was in the wrong place. That's what happened when you're in the way of wrestlers. Get the hell out of the way, you're going to get hurt. I kind of like watching that clip too. Like, I kind of agree with that, but there wasn't anything at that moment that was putting the crew member in the way of getting injured. Like, he was just there on the outside of the ring, and like Mox was just reaching for that screwdriver and then pushes him out of the way to grab the screwdriver. So I don't know if maybe he was just in the way, standing over the screwdriver or something, has foot on it, and Mox just like pushes him out of the way. But that was a pretty hard push just to get a damn screwdriver.
Yeah, I mean, even still though, it's like you get injured at work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
of course,
absolutely.
like people know the business and stuff. Like, of course, but if I go to work and I have to get on a ladder and there's risk climbing a ladder, but if I am to fall off one, like I expect to be compensated for it if I was doing it in the um in my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a completely different thing too. He's not an in-ring talent; he's a producer. So getting physical with the dude and pushing him out the way was something that should not have been. Especially if he wasn't in the direct way of getting injured by something that was going on in the ring. There really shouldn't have been a reason to push him that hard.
Yeah, but I mean, still, even if Mox got injured, like what I mean, like I would
Yeah,
expect some payment there. You know what I mean? Like it's it's America. You know what I mean? Like you get hurt on a
yeah,
job, you should be compensated for it.
yeah. And I will say the one thing with AEW, at least with the wrestlers, they're not. Their contracts are differently structured compared to WWE, to my understanding of it. And they actually do get health insurance through AEW and stuff like that, where WWEs are independent contractors and they're not, WWE doesn't pay health insurance. So there's a couple different things going on there. But yeah, I just thought that was a interesting little tidbit there from AEW.
Yeah, but yeah, I saw that like Facebook, maybe TikTok.
Here we go. All right, so do have some New Japan news as well. Tanahashi, who is the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, had a press conference. I'm trying to find the damn thing on here, but apparently it disappeared. Basically, he laid out like a 10-step the 10-step plan that they're putting into place to help bring more eyes and talent back to New Japan. Oh, where did it go? That's not the right one. It was literally like 3 days ago. Oh, I can't find it.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is frustrating because I had it and then can't find it now. But some of the stuff he was talking about was keeping the New Japan Strong titles mainly keeping them in the U.S., which New Japan Strong is their U.S. promotion. Instead of having them defended in Japan, he wants them to be more focused in the U.S. With that aspect of it. Looking at like in-ring stuff, like going to less interferences from other wrestlers and things like that, as far as like a storyline aspect, I gather. And there's like a bunch of other stuff out there too, but those are just mainly keeping the New Japan Strong titles separate out of the regular New Japan programming. I think it was one of the big points that struck with me on that. Something that Tony Khan might want to look into when it comes to AEW and the Ring of Honor titles.
Keep them in America.
Keep them separated. You gotta keep them separated.
Yeah. You think TKO or WWE's looking into the Japanese market for companies?
Probably.
They bought AAA.
I wouldn't be surprised. They have worked with Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. That's where Omos was at for a little bit. That's where Shinsuke wrestled Great Muta, and Muta is one of Muta's final retirement matches, or his retirement tour.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's next on their list, is to acquire a Japanese promotion.
Yeah. I just think like New Japan kind of presenting a plan like that seems like it's kind of reactionary a little bit, like,
Yeah. I know they were talking about working with WWE there for a little bit, but that fell through. So that's why WWE's working with Noah.
I just felt like they don't want to sell. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't want to sell, but then they also too don't want WWE to move in and they kind of be the second rated program in Japan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's, to my understanding, as far as the two big promotions in Japan, which is obviously New Japan Pro Wrestling and Noah. This is just my opinion, but I believe like New Japan is like the WWE and Noah is like the AEW.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But then you have like stuff like Michinoku Pro and Stardom, which Stardom is like the number one women's promotion out there that works closely with New Japan. So that's where a lot of the Japanese talent in WWE has come from, is Stardom. But what do you guys think? Just drop your thoughts down there in the comments below. Do you think WWE could be in the market for purchasing or acquiring a Japanese promotion to kind of help spread their global reach? Let us know. Comments below. We'll go back and look at them and talk about them next week. All right. What else we have? Triple Mania Regia 3 happened last weekend. And this featured quite a few talent from other promotions. Mostly WWE and TNA, obviously. So one of the big things coming out of this is Los Garza, Angel and Berto defeated Nueve Generacion Dinamita, the Nemeth Brothers, and Psycho Clown and Pagano to become the new AAA World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, I thought that the biggest thing to come out of it was Joe Hendry's entrance.
That's pretty good. Yeah, Moose defended the TNA X Division Championship against El Macias, Joe Hendry, and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. A lot of the clips I saw for that match specifically was pretty damn good. But Vikingo pretty much got booed out the arena. They're defending that the AAA Mega Championship against Alberto El Patron in the steel cage match. So the crowd was pretty behind Patron apparently. They do love him in Mexico. Yeah, looked like a pretty good event. Wish there was a easier way to watch some of the AAA stuff. Awesome stuff. All right, let's get into the week of wrestling. Monday Night Raw, we saw the return of Asuka. Fatal 4-way matchup. She advanced, picking up the win over Raquel Rodriguez, Stephanie Vaquer, and who else was in that match?
Who did you say?
Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Stephanie Vaquer. Son of a bitch. That's pretty bad.
Ivy Now.
That's right. That's right. I totally forgot she was in that matchup for some reason. I don't know why. I was more focused on Vaquer and Asuka in that match because that's the main thing I was looking forward to in that 4-way. So.
I mean, Ivy Now is probably the lesser name. I mean, Ivy Now is probably the lesser name out of them.
Yeah. So Raquel ended up getting pinned. Asuka is using her running hip attack now as a finish. So they're calling it the Empress's something. Can't remember. So, but yeah, so she's using that now as a finish. Raquel got attacked by Rhea Ripley as she was trying to go for the pin on Stephanie Vaquer. She took a riptide, got thrown back in the ring. Asuka here with the running butt slam pretty much, and picked up the pin on that one. So I thought it was a good 4-way.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get more of Asuka and Vaquer.
Yeah.
So Asuka advanced to SmackDown tonight in the semifinals, where she took on Alexa Bliss. Asuka picks up the win over Alexa and moves on to the finals. So she will face the winner of Jade Cargill and Roxanne Perez, which that match is on Raw this coming Monday. So that should be pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Liv Morgan ended up separating her shoulder in her match against Kairi Sane. Just like a freak thing. Like she fell, hit wrong. You see her shoulder pop out. And Naomi is cashing in the briefcase. No, she's not. Nia just pulled her out of the ring. Son of a bitch. Just hit her with the briefcase. Damn it. Okay. Got distracted. So here's my thing. Liv's going to be, it's being reported that she's going to be out at least 6 months. So should they take the tag? Should they vacate the tag titles and do something else with them? Put them on somebody else. And then the second question I've got for this.
Definitely should vacate the titles. unless they're going to do away with them. Because I mean, if you don't do anything with them for 6 months, I mean, they're hardly used as is.
I agree they should be vacated. Maybe do like a tag team battle royal or tag tournament or something, because you have pretty good amount of teams that could go for those between NXT and the main roster. You've got the Secret Service, Piper Niven and Alba Fire. You've got Michin and BFAB. You got the new team of the Dungeon Dolls, which is Natalia and what's her face from Alpha Academy.
Yeah,
we're freaking names tonight. So Maxine.
yeah.
And you got a few other ones floating around in there too. So.
Yeah, only other thing I see them doing is maybe without vacating titles is maybe have like Roxanne Perez.
That'd be good too, and that could further the story between Roxanne and Liv.
Have her replace Liv.
I like that idea. So that would keep it brewing in the Judgment Day with Roxanne and Liv. So the other thing with that too, should Liv still be on TV?
I mean, a lot of the work she does like is not, you know what I'm saying? Like she does more than this like in-ring stuff. So you definitely could use her if she's up to it, but if she'd rather stay home and recover, I could see that too.
I would say, like, if she's going to if she ends up having surgery to repair the shoulder, I would say have her come back and just that limited capacity and just have her on air with a mic, with her arm in a sling, and her talk. So.
Get her a little sling and have her send Liv Get Wilson cards like they did with Randy Orton.
You put a Dom's face on it on the sling.
Mm.
My arm is 50% healed. Oh, that'd be awesome. And the last big thing I've got for Monday Night Raw, Bill Goldberg. I refuse to call him just Goldberg. I'm going the Bret Hart route. He is Bill Goldberg. Returns to challenge Gunther, and this stems from back when Gunther made fun of him and his kid. Like a year ago, 2 years ago, or whatever it is. So.
I think it's probably been longer than that because his kid's like adult looking now.
Yeah, that's true too. So 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't know. But it was stupid and pointless, and we didn't need to see him come back. But he's challenging Gunther and looking to take him on at Saturday night's main event in Atlanta in 3 weeks. But here's the best part.
I think I'm more excited about this than I was for John Cena's return.
The best part about this is Bully Ray had made some comments, and Bill Goldberg says he doesn't have to wait in line. He was 176-0, and he's 99%, and he's better than 99% of the locker room, and said to show him another 58-year-old willing to wrestle.
Has he met Ric Flair?
Billy Gunn, R-Truth, like PCO. So, I mean, there's quite a few people out there that are willing to wrestle, and some of them are willing to do way more than Goldberg is, especially with PCO. So,
Mama Storm's baby boy.
Yep. Well, PCO is 57, so he's up there. Billy Gunn, 61.
Yeah.
So there we go. Billy Gunn. older than Bill Goldberg and can still go in the ring. Unlike Bill Goldberg, who gets gassed walking down the ramp.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been excited about Bill Goldberg, blah 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 blah. Bill Goldberg since like
1997.
since the WCW. Like I didn't enjoy any of his like comebacks in WWE. Like when he came back the first time, had the feud with Triple H.
Yeah.
When he came back and had the stuff with Brock Lesnar, it's like, dude, I'm not into you. You can't wrestle for shit. It was cool when he was undefeated in the '90s, and I thought you were good. But it's like I'm older now, more mature. I just don't get into your kind of wrestling. One of the reasons why I'm not a huge John Cena fan or care about his return. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I see why they're doing it because it's like a popular name, but they I would rather seen I don't know Gunther wrestle a paper sack or something.
Yeah. And the whole thing with this though too is this is the same night as All In. So that's the only reason why they're even doing this to begin with is just counter programming for All In and trying to pull eyes off of that.
You're not pulling eyes off of All In with fucking Goldberg.
No, not with Goldberg.
There's nobody. There's not an AEW fan that's like a Goldberg fan.
No.
Like I seriously doubt that.
All this is, like, I say this all the time. I know we say it all the time. WWE's market is the casual fans. So the whole thing of bringing Goldberg back and doing this whole, match with Gunther is to bring those casual fans in to watch the show, and that's it. So
they're trying to bring in old guys that hadn't watched wrestling since the '90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I used to like that Goldberg guy.
Yeah, let me check him out. Let's see what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's wrestling for the title. I mean, honestly, I'd rather watch All In than watch Saturday Night's Main Event.
Is there anything else been announced for it?
For Saturday Night's Main Event?
Yeah.
Let me find out.
Because King of the Ring stuff is for Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah. Because that's Night of Champions. Which I think is before
Saturday Night
Saturday Night's Main Event.
It might not have anything announced for it. Maybe John Cena will be there.
Maybe. What the hell is this? This is for because they got Evolution 2 that same weekend.
Yeah, I just like I said, I don't care to see
and NXT.
Goldberg.
Pretty sure it's July.
Unless they have Jesse Ventura like talk shit about him, like
oh,
then it might be entertaining.
Okay, so it is in July. And the only things announced so far is Goldberg versus Gunther.
Okay.
July
Fucking
12th.
Snooze. Saturday night, fucking snooze fest.
Okay. Super lame. And I think I would rather watch Hangman versus Moxley instead of Goldberg versus Gunther.
For sure.
I just have a feeling they're gonna finally they're gonna pull the trigger and Hangman's gonna end up winning. And if he does, that crowd's gonna go ape shit.
I mean, they definitely need to take the title out of the briefcase at least.
Yeah.
I wonder if they like. I wonder if they're gonna change it or something.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's probably why we haven't seen it. It's Moxley's had the title. Yeah, so your three big matches so far for All In is Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné, the Women's World Championship.
That's bigger than fucking Goldberg and Gunther.
Yeah, definitely. Mox versus Hangman, and then Okada and Kenny Omega in a winner takes all unification match for the Continental and International titles, which will be the AEW Unified Championship.
That's definitely better than Goldberg.
Regardless of how many times we've seen Okada and Hangman, or Okada and Omega. Right. So since we're talking about AEW anyway, Dynamite Grand Slam Mexico wasn't bad. Was pretty good. I enjoyed Worlds Collide much better than I enjoyed Grand Slam Mexico, but I'll give AEW credit where credit is due. That arena was packed. There was not an empty seat to be seen at all in that arena. So kudos to AEW. Hangman. Show. What's up?
Go ahead. You're good. I was gonna say you missed AJ Styles and JD Madonna. That was a good match on Raw.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Oh, didn't have it in my notes, but that match was awesome. So,
yeah. My bad.
It was like JD's awesome. AJ can still go. Corey Graves. It's not JD's fault. He was born with the head the size of a Minecraft character. And then JD's clap back where he says, it's not my fault you get benched every time McAfee shows up for work. Awesome stuff. But Hangman kicked off the show with a nice promo, all in Spanish. Come to find out he had a family had a farm in Mexico. So, all right, Hangman, look at you. Oh, that was pretty cool. Mystico, the former Sin Cara in WWE, the terrible Sin Cara, is a freaking rock star. Like, he comes out and like the crowd just starts singing along with his music, like we do with Cody, or like Punk or Rollins, and like it was just, I was surprised to see that happen. So. We had a pretty good match with MJF, so that was solid. Mercedes Moné is now the CMLL Women's Champion. That should be Zeusis. So another title for her. And then that's pretty much the gist of it. Main event was the main event. A 10-man tag match between the Bucks and Death Riders and what's his face? The Beast Mortos taking on the Ops, Will Ospreay and Swerve. Hangman came out after the match, went to Buckshot Moxley, ended up hitting one of the Bucks. So I think a little bit of dissension there. Well, obviously dissension there, but we'll see where that goes going into All In. And that's pretty much the gist of AEW.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, it's wasn't really that great. Probably the best thing on there was Tony Storm coming after Mercedes after her match. They did like this whole like black and white like Casablanca type thing where she's walking in like her trench coat and like a detective hat, and then they cut back to the arena, and then Mina Shirakawa's on the ramp distracting Mercedes, and Tony comes up from behind her and like sniffs her. And then they start to brawl into like a pull apart brawl. So that was probably like the best part of the show.
Speaking of that, you reminded me too the Bailey. Bailey came out to a promo on
Oh yeah,
Raw.
that's right.
On
Yeah,
Becky.
Becky went
Bailey
pretty
on
hard
Becky.
on that one. Yeah.
Bailey on Becky.
Becky hit that talking about her fake friends, talking about Bailey's fake friends.
Yeah.
That was pretty solid. Shit, there's something else I was gonna say about Dynamite, but I forgot. Oh shit. Oh, Brody King. A lot of people up in arms talking shit about Tony Khan not being able to control his locker room because Brody King came out with an Abolish ICE t-shirt. So it's like, really? Like, ain't nobody said anything when, Punk came out with, pro-choice shirts on or, pro LGBTQ shirts, stuff like that. Nobody said anything about that. But the second, Brody King comes out and he's wearing an Abolish ICE t-shirt, now you want to say something. Who's going to tell that man that he can't wear that t-shirt? Because it ain't going to be me.
I think Punk was at the No Kings protest in Chicago.
I'm sure he was.
But yeah, it's one of those things where, I don't understand why somebody would be upset with that. Especially like wrestling is like one of those things where like diversity makes it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the biggest thing with this too is like, oh, you need to keep politics out of wrestling. Politics have always been a part of wrestling. Like, at least since I've been watching wrestling. Like,
yeah, good or bad, bad and good. Like,
yeah,
they've had politics in wrestling.
I mean, look at the Gulf War when we had Slaughter turn heel, and that whole thing with him and Hogan, and they made Slaughter, the Iraqi sympathizer.
Yeah,
like there's always been some kind of politics. Then the Cold War, Nikolai Volkov, like, come on,
yeah, and what was Dutch Mantel? I'll never forget Dutch Mantel's fucking WWE name.
Oh, with him and Swagger.
The Tea Party. That was out for the Tea Party. The Tea Party thing. So it's like there's always been, and then you had what's his name during the war in Afghanistan. But yeah, it's it's always been part of wrestling.
Yeah, and that's the thing that kills me. Like, obviously you haven't been watching wrestling that long if you're talking about keep politics out of wrestling. Like, no, it's not. It's not how it works. Like, it's never worked that way. Wrestling has always had some kind of commentary on what's going on in the world, whether it be with specific characters or storylines or something like that. There's always something.
And it's one of those things too where it's like when I was talking about diversity, it's a diverse spectrum of wrestlers of who they support and who they don't support, and what parties they're, you know what I mean? Like, because you have, you know, your McMahons that right now are involved in politics.
Even though
You
one of
have,
them should not be anywhere near education department.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, they're in politics. You have like Ventura was a former
Was a governor,
governor. Yeah.
governor of Minnesota. I personally thought he did a pretty solid job as governor.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't live there, so I don't know.
Followed some stuff, like saw some news articles and things like that, but I don't know. I didn't live in Minnesota. I couldn't really tell you like anything else about that. So,
Yeah.
just opinion based. Well, I tell you, if Ventura ran for president, I'd vote for him.
I don't know about that.
As long as our conflicts get settled in a steel cage. But, yeah. So yeah, that was like one of the other hot buttons this week was Brody King's Abolish ICE t-shirt. Abaddon had posted a couple posts about Dropkick ICE, stuff like that. So like Dropkick ICE out of the country or something. So
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like I said, wrestling is like always better with diversity, and there's a huge Hispanic following, and both as far as like fans and as performers.
yeah, and it's like some of my favorite wrestlers have been luchadors or Hispanic wrestlers like freaking Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, La Parka, freaking Legado del Fantasma. Like these are wrestlers that I enjoy watching on a weekly basis. I think they're awesome. So like the last thing I want to see is for some dipshit who thinks he's a cop rolling up and trying to deport them back to somewhere else when they're here legally.
Or the fans. It's like
on a visa, or fans attacking them. Something stupid. So just doesn't need to happen. So, but yeah, I guess that's enough political mumbo jumbo there for that. Awesome stuff. So let's go ahead and hop over to some more fun stuff, and that is the Elite Figure of the Week. Graphic. Boom. Brought to you by entertainmentearth.com. Use the code FDCollect. Save 10% off any in-stock item. All right. I got a pretty good one. Speaking of mass wrestlers. Axiom.
all right.
First time in the line for the Axiom character. Comes with the new NXT tag team title. So I was pretty stoked when I found this. Initially, it was going to be Tonga Loa that came in, but Tama Tonga shipped. So I'm going to do both of those next week. So, GOD next week. But this week, we're going to go ahead and roll the Axiom, which is my youngest son. He really doesn't watch wrestling, but through playing WWE 2K games, Axiom is his favorite wrestler. His go-to. Aside from his created wrestler. It's pretty cool. This is actually the second figure of the person that is under the mask of Axiom, which is NXT talent back in the day called A-Kid, who was repackaged as Axiom. He did have a basic figure, so I have that over on the shelf somewhere. But they did a pretty solid job. Obviously, there's no face details because he's wearing a mask, but the mask details are pretty solid. And same thing with the tight design. So it's pretty good. There's not really there's no tattoos or anything really. Well, aside from on his hand. So he does have a hand tat there, which is pretty solid.
Yeah.
But I like it. Comes with the 2 C grip hands. It's got a couple other hands. Interchangeable hands on there. Well, the cool thing with this is the freaking thing out of the package. The new NXT title belt, tag title.
NXT title belts. That's pretty cool.
So pretty stoked for that. I just need them to do a Nathan Frazier with the other tag title belt. And then I can have Fraxine. Awesome stuff. So there we go. Your Elite figure of the week. Elite 117 Axiom. And now, next week we'll do Gorillas of Destiny. I'm stoked. So stoked to get that Thomas Tonga figure. Waiting forever for GOD figures. Yeah. All right. So there's that. Now let's hop over to your favorite segment.
The WrestleGeddon Podcast.
Yes, the wrestler.
For over 3 years, the best.
Yes, the wrestler.
That's the wrong one too. Where the hell is the? No, that was the right one. Whatever. Put the same thing over and over again. All right, guess the wrestler. All right, so this is 8-bit edition. So it is basically an image that's been converted over to an 8-bit image. So some of these might be a little easy. So we will see. So here is the first one.
Is that Swerve?
That is Swerve. Swerve, Swerve. All right. This one should be super easy.
That would be Andre the Giant.
That is correct. All right. Next one. This might be a little hard.
Yeah. I'm going to say Mickey James.
Not Mickey James.
Oh,
Right era, though.
Lita?
Nope.
Huh. Is that red hair or brunette hair?
Red and black.
Victoria?
Victoria. One of my favorite women's wrestlers.
Don't look like Victoria though.
I know. That's just completely. Some of them are like really easy. Like the Andre one was super easy.
Yeah.
But that one was like definitely looked like one of the harder ones. So.
You saw I said Mickey James though, right?
Yeah, I can see the Mickey James in there. I thought the spider on the stomach might have been the giveaway, but
Oh, is that a spider? See, I thought that was like the top tied, like a little bow.
Yeah, I see that too.
Yeah.
All right. So this should be an easy one for you.
That would be JC Ice and Whoopi D, PG-13.
That is correct. All right.
That would be Gilbert.
That is Gilbert.
I'm gonna say Mike Awesome.
That is Mike Awesome.
I started to go to Tonka. I'm glad I went with Mike Awesome.
I think this one's the last one.
Athena.
That is Athena. Nope, that wasn't the last one.
Oh, that's was going to be Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana. Mr. Iguana was the last one. So I tried to put. I don't know. I wasn't trying to go too obscure with it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I must have went to Tonka with Mike Awesome, and I was like, "Well, it don't look like his color, like the color."
I was looking like when the thing came out after I did the 8-bit transition to it. I was almost thinking of Masato Tanaka.
Oh yeah, Yeah, I just saw the belt, and I was like, "Oh, Intercontinental Championship." And I was like, "No, it looked like the Intercontinental Championship." And then it looked like a mullet, and I was like, "If it was blue, I would have said Tatanka." But then I saw the black, and I was like, "That's Mike Awesome."
And I was almost like I was looking at it, I was like, he looks like Masato Tanaka in the 8-bit
Yeah.
picture. But,
Yeah.
all right, awesome
The
stuff.
I think now, I guess 8-bit though. That looks more.
It looks more like a painting.
Yeah.
I guess it might have been the image I used.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
what
fine.
it looks like. That old like NES Pro Wrestling game. Like, he looks like a character from that game.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, awesome stuff. Let's hop over to No Holds Barred. Stop it. That, of course, is brought to you by our Redbubble store. Check out redbubble.com/people/wrestlinggunpod and buy some of our merch. All right. So I saw How to Train Your Dragon live action last weekend.
Okay.
It was pretty good. There's
You liked it?
It was pretty much almost, I'd say 99% identical to the animated movie. They changed like a couple of things, but it wasn't anything that was like too like it wasn't something that took away from the overall story. Like it kind of explained how some things were like the person they casted for Astrid is black. She's mixed. So they kind of
get mad and walk out.
What's that?
You didn't get mad and walk out?
No, I don't care. So, but the way that they did it in the movie is like that one scene in the animated movie where they're like, we're going to the island to find the dragon's nest after the big dragon attack, and they're like, oh well, whoever doesn't go has to stay and look after Hiccup. And then they all like, all right, we're going. So they cut that out, and they kind of changed the speech a little bit to, like, you've all come to this island because you are the greatest warriors from all your tribes, and you have come here to help take the fight to the dragons and try to end, the constant struggle between us and the dragons. So that's how they kind of explained why, there's different, races and skin tones and stuff like that. But I mean, it wasn't really anything that added to the story or took away from the story. So.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Kids enjoyed it.
Kids loved it. So
okay.
We saw it in 3D too, so that was really cool.
Did they like the original, or did they watch the original?
Oh yeah, they've been watching it constantly. Now, even since we came back from the damn movie, they've been watching like all the other series and stuff on Netflix and Peacock and stuff, and then watching the other 2 animated movies. So it's all about it.
Yeah,
it was good.
My
Dragons look
wife
really good.
Wanted to see that. I seen Sinners.
Finally
saw Sinners.
Nice. I want to go. We're talking about going this weekend, but it depends on. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling. So I really don't want to go anywhere again this weekend.
Yeah, I mean you can rent it at home.
That's what I saw it. It was up there.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like $20 to rent though? Or they finally drop it?
I don't know. It was a Father's Day gift, so I don't know how much we paid for it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. It's a vampire movie.
It's got to be like one of the best from everything that I've seen on it. A lot of people are saying it's one of the best vampire movies that's come out probably like the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, kind of pushing him out of kind of like Dusk Till Dawn type movies.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, I liked it.
Definitely want to see that. Definitely on the list. Why can I not? Okay. Nothing working.
What are you looking at?
Solo just went to spike Jacob. Jacob dropped his ass. Now Jeff Cobb hitting the ring and Solo taking him out. Or Jacob took him out. And now they're we get a 2-on-1 on Jacob. We're gonna see. We're gonna come save Jacob.
Rikishi comes out.
Ooh, that's kind of surprising.
Who is it?
Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he just got taken out by Jeff Cobb. And they laying the boots in the Jimmy now.
Maybe Roman comes out.
Maybe. I don't know, Jacob getting back up. Nope. Yep. He's up. He's pissed. Just took out Cobb. Super kick to Solo. Headbutts in the corner. Super kick to Cobb. Oh, Jacob. All gas, no brakes, baby. He's just staring down Jimmy now. Oh, he went to moonsault Solo. Solo just rolled out the ring. Whew. Awesome. Psych for that one. They've been doing a great job with Solo.
Yeah. Another thing I had that was weird. I saw it at I think it was Walmart, and I just like had to get it just to try it. Uh, it wasn't like real good or anything like that. I don't recommend it. It wasn't terrible either though. It was a beer braised steak, Pringles.
Huh.
I'm like, let me try this and see
Doesn't
what's
sound
what's
good.
going on here. Like I said, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was just like,
Not recommended.
yeah.
I had found a new flavor of Ghost at Target yesterday. It's a iced tea lemonade,
Oh, okay.
which actually was pretty good. It's got kind of like when you first drink it, it's got kind of like a weird taste to it because I think it's mainly because of the carbonation that's in it,
Mhm.
but like it's not bad. It's not like super bad. So it was actually I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
drank like
East.
Crystal Light peach tea.
Yeah.
I like that tea.
TNA tapings tonight and tomorrow Looks like we're going to get Ariana Grace, Fallon Henley, NXT faction Dark States, and Trick Williams on the next few weeks of TNA programming. Good stuff there. So the Minecraft movie is on HBO Max now. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch it, it's there. It was pretty enjoyable, especially for someone that doesn't know squat about Minecraft. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
New trailer for Peter Dinklage's Toxic Avenger came out. Kind of looks good. I want to see it, but I don't want to support Peter Dinklage. So I'm torn on it. So torn. And then what else comes out? The new I Know What You Did Last Summer should be out or coming out the next week or so. A lot of good stuff coming around. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, that's pretty much all I've got.
Yeah. I saw it was like somebody coming for a meet and greet, but I can't remember who it was. But it wasn't.
I know Harley Cameron is coming to Nerd Bombers in Greensboro.
That might have been what I saw.
I've got they did like 10 like super early pre-sale tickets for that, so I got that. Really good price too, 30 instead of the 50 that she's going to be for the meet and greet. So they only did like 10 of those, so I was like, awesome. The only thing that sucks is I'll be in Pittsburgh, or I gotta go to Pittsburgh that whole week, so I won't be home till like super late Monday night.
Good old Pittsburgh.
Yep, do a reset in that Lowe's. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, so you got Harley Cameron. Then there's GalaxyCon coming up at the end of July. That's got Mick Foley, the Hardys, Lex Luger. I think Darby was advertised. I think he is just Saturday only, or Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Pro wrestlers. Yeah, Kane, Lex Luger, Darby Allin, Mick Foley. Same thing. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy. So those guys are coming up too. I think
that is huge on the like the legends like they used to in the past, huh?
No, because they're usually more.
Yeah. They usually have like, Ron Simmons and Lex Luger.
There's usually at least like 6 to 8. So I guess that's 6. So usually like a couple more in there, but unless I've got more announcements that they haven't made yet. But
yeah.
That's pretty much it. Oh, Steve canceled. Steve from Blue's Clues.
Oh man.
Boo. I'm sure we'll be going to that. There's some voice actors from My Hero Academia that my daughter wants to meet. Get her picture signed, and one of them's one of her favorite characters, so she was like freaking out about that one.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, like a whole Rocky Horror reunion and Scream and like freaking 90210.
Oh, 90210?
Yeah.
Who they have there?
They have Jenny Garth, Ian Ziering, Brian Austin Green, Jason Priestley, and Tori Spelling.
Oh.
And then they got like a little mini Psych reunion with a few of the cast members from there. Two of them have been on Supernatural. So wife's pretty stoked about that one. And one of them's Kurt Fuller, of course, was in Ghostbusters 2. And the Paramount Plus show Evil, which is really good. Lots of good stuff. All right. Awesome. Well, that's everything that's going on. I haven't got anything else to add. Unless you got anything else you want to throw in there?
No, man.
All right. Cool. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Make sure you got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that fun stuff. You can find the links down there in the link tree. Make sure you guys follow us on TikTok so we can get to that 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate it. On behalf of myself and Carl, we'll chat with you guys next week. Later, Marks.
Take you later.